The waters of the Amazon basin are often stained the color of strong tea, thick with sediment that renders sight almost entirely worthless. Down in these slow brown rivers, navigation requires something other than eyes. This environment is home to the electric eel. Despite its serpent-like appearance, it is actually a knife fish that can grow to 8 feet long. 3/4 of that body is composed of specialized organs dedicated entirely to generating electricity. For nearly 2.5 centuries, science categorized this predator as a strict loner. The consensus held that it was a solitary hunter, drifting through the dark water and answering to no one. Recent biological observations from the field have proven that historical picture of the animal to be incorrect. To see how these animals truly operate, we have to look past what is visible and examine how they experience their environment through charge alone. Power generation relies on 6,000 specialized cells called electrocytes, stacked along the body like coins. Alone, each produces a fraction of a volt, but a brain signal simultaneously opens gates in every cell. Thousands of tiny charges add together, creating one massive voltage spike. The eel rarely uses its full capacity. For most of the day, it limits its output to a faint, steady rhythm of low-voltage pulses. These pulses wash over rocks, roots, and other animals. Every object bends the electrical field in a specific way, sending back distortions that the eel uses to construct a highly detailed, three-dimensional topographical map of its surroundings in total darkness. When it senses hidden prey, the eel employs a highly specific hunting tactic. It fires off a rapid, high-voltage double pulse into the surrounding water. This localized burst of electricity hacks the nervous systems of any fish hiding nearby. The shock forces their muscles to involuntarily spasm, generating physical movement that instantly gives away their exact location. The eel repurposed muscle tissue into an organ that acts simultaneously as an environmental radar system and a tool to remotely manipulate other animals' bodies. This electrical capability extends to defense. For 200 years, local accounts claimed that eels would rise up out of the water to attack large wading animals like orsets. Researchers have recently documented exactly how this maneuver works. When cornered, the eel launches its body violently upward, pressing its chin tightly against an attacker. Underwater, much of the current dissipates. By leaving the water, the eel ensures electricity has only one path, straight from its chin, through the target, and back to its tail. As it climbs higher, it focuses its total output, drastically increasing the delivered voltage. This map shows the vast tangle of South American waterways, stretching from the lowland floodplains up into the Brazilian highlands. In 2019, a Smithsonian team used genetic and geographic analysis to identify 3 distinct species of electric eel living across the Amazon. One specific lineage, named Electrophorus voltai, isolated itself in the cooler, clearer streams of the highlands. These waters carry very few dissolved minerals, making them highly resistant to electrical current. To prevent its shock from dissipating, natural selection pushed the animal to produce 860 volts, the highest electrical discharge ever recorded. This lethal capability developed as a direct evolutionary reaction to the severe chemical resistance of the Highland River ecosystem. The most significant discovery about these animals occurred in a small, isolated lake fed by the Erie River. In the cool hours of dawn, scientists observed a single congregation of more than 100 adult eels living side by side. Rather than ignoring one another, the mass of eels deliberately split apart. Small parties of up to 10 individuals peeled away from the group and began moving with a shared purpose. The eels worked in tandem, driving thousands of small fish toward the shallows. They pressed the prey tighter and tighter until they formed a dense, trapped sphere of silver pressed against the water's surface. 2 or more eels from the encircling ring then surged directly into the center of the ball, delivering a perfectly synchronized high-voltage strike. The force of the simultaneous discharge threw stunned fish completely out of the water. They rained back down onto the surface, paralyzed, while the hunting party moved in to consume them. This level of coordination, complete with herding and a perfectly timed execution, requires a degree of social intelligence previously documented only in mammalian pack hunters like wolves and lions. This behavior raises a question biologists cannot yet answer. Without the ability to read visual cues or body language in the dark, sediment-heavy water, it is unclear exactly how these predators time a complex, simultaneous strike. The working theory suggests they read the minute fluctuations in each other's low-voltage electric fields, cueing off the rising charges of companions just before firing. These groups appear to be signaling intent through those same electric pulses, exchanging information through a medium we are only beginning to recognize. For 2.5 centuries, we logged this apex predator as an isolated anomaly. Finding a record-breaking physical output and an organized social network suggests that our catalog of the wild world remains far from complete.